formation, its concentration, micturition, etc. Now we will discuss about the regulation of kidney function, how it is regulated, which hormone or which part of the body is involved in this process. Hypothalamus, JGA and heart plays very important role in regulation of kidney. Due to the excessive loss of fluid will stimulate or affect the osmoreceptor present in the body. These osmoreceptors will stimulate hypothalamus. As a result, hypothalamus starts secreting the hormone that is ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone, and which is also known as vasopressin. This hormone results in constriction of blood vessels and that result in increase in blood pressure and finally increase in GFR, that is glomerular filtration rate. It also results in reabsorption of water from the kidney tubules. When there is decrease in GFR, then the renin hormone is secreted. This starts activating the inactive form of angiotensinogen into angiotensin 1. This angiotensin 1 will convert into angiotensin 2. This angiotensin 2 is acting as a vasoconstrictor, that means the blood vessels constrict and that results in increase in blood pressure as well as increase in the GFR, so that the fall of GFR will be managed. Now then, angiotensin 2 is also responsible for this stimulating the adrenal cortex, so that this adrenal cortex starts secreting the hormone known as aldosterone. This aldosterone is helping in the reabsorption of sodium ion, hydrogen ion, etc. When the GFR, that is glomerular filtration rate, becomes more increased, then heart secreting the ANF, that is atrial natriuretic factor. This results in dilation of the blood vessels. Due to the dilation of the blood vessel, the blood pressure starts decreasing and finally the GFR also becomes decreased. In this way, all these parts, that is hypothalamus, AGA, heart, etc. are involved in the process of regulation of kidney functions.
Regulation of the excretory system controlled by nervous system. The regulation within the animal system requires maintenance of the homeostasis, that is the internal and external environment. Then the nervous system maintains the homeostasis by controlling and regulating the other parts of the body, whereas excretory system regulates the concentration of water and other components of the body fluid, that is known as homeostasis. We have already discussed about the regulation of nervous system and other parts of the body, that is heart, etc. In when the GFR, that is glomerular filtration rate, fall down, then the renin starts secreting, and this renin and angiotensin mechanism will control all these things. In presence of hormone renin, angiotensinogen, which is inactive form, will be converted into angiotensin 1 and finally into 2, and it has the effect, it acts as a vasoconstrictor as well as it starts secreting stimulate the adrenal cortex to secrete aldosterone. Due to this, the blood pressure will increase and finally GFR will increase. The aldosterone also result in the hypertension. So, due to the reabsorption of the sodium and other things. So, in this way we can see this renin angiotensin mechanism to increase the GFR rate. At the same time, when the GFR rate increases, then heart starts secreting ANF, and that ANF dilates the blood vessels so that the blood pressure will go down, and finally the rate of GFR will also go down. So, in this way all these things are collectively maintaining and regulating the excretory system. The phenomena of release of urine is known as micturition, and it occurs due to the reflex, and it is controlled by the cerebral cortex of the brain. When the urinary bladder is filled with the urine, then due to the stretch reflex, the sensory stretch receptors in the bladder wall becomes activated, stimulated. They conduct the signal and send the signal to the CNS brain, that is central nervous system, and the command is given through the parasympathetic nerve fibers, so that this bladder will start eliminating the urine, and this is known as micturition. So, in this way the receptors, then the CNS, all these are involved in the process of the micturition process.
We have studied about the role of kidney, nephron, etc. in the process of excretion. But we know that other than kidney also some of the organs in the body present which are also involved in the process of excretion. The important organs are skin, lungs, liver, saliva. Small amount of excretion is also done by saliva. Skin has two types of glands, that is sweat gland and sebaceous gland. Sweat glands are secreting the sweat, that sweat having maximum amount of water along with sodium chloride, then urea, lactic acid, etc. In this way it is helping in the process of excretion. It also gives the cooling effect to the body during the excessive hot. Then sebaceous glands. Other type of gland is known as sebaceous gland, which is secreting, the secretion is known as sebum. This contains different types of sterols, then hydrocarbons, wax, etc. and it also give protection to our skin. Lungs also plays very important role in excretory system and excretion, and it is a part of excretory system. This eliminate about 18 liter per day carbon dioxide. Besides this carbon dioxide, also water is also eliminated from our body through this lungs. Now liver, which is the largest gland of our body, also play a very important role in excretion. This we know it involves in the process of elimination of bilirubin, biliverdin, cholesterols, different types of vitamins, drugs, etc. along with the waste materials. So in this way liver is helping in the process of excretion. In this way we can see other than kidney, other organs are also involved in the process of secretion, that is excretion of some materials through different types of secretion, excretion. Now disorders. Some of the disorders which are found in kidney are renal caliculi. The small stones which are present in the kidney are known as renal caliculi. Then glomerulonephritis. The inflammation which occurs in the glomerulus, that is known as glomerulonephritis. Then uremia. When excessive amount of urea is deposited in blood, found in blood, because our kidney is not properly filtering the urea, then the urea is accumulated in blood and that condition is known as uremia. In that condition, the patients required the hemodialysis, that means artificial kidney is helping in the process of hemodialysis, the filtration process, and that is known as hemodialysis. When kidney failure takes place, that means both the kidneys are not functioning properly, then in that condition the person requires kidney transplantation. That means kidney from a donor is implanted in the body of that patient, that is known as kidney implantation. Now transplantation. Now we will discuss the hemodialysis through this diagram.
There are different types of disorders which occur in urinary system. These urinary system, the common disorders are glomerulonephritis, in which the inflammation of glomeruli takes place. This may be due to the bacterial infection, etc. Uremia, that means excess of urea is present in the blood. This situation is known as uremia. That means kidney is not filtering properly, and that can be cured, otherwise it will be harmful for the body. Then gout is due to the accumulation of uric acid and in the body near the bones, the joints, and so these are some disorders. At the same time, due to renal injury may be there, tuberculosis, urinary stone, bladder tumor, renal infarct. So these are some cause which are resulting in the disorders of excretory system, like urinary tract infection, generally which is more common in females. Then renal caliculi, that is the kidney stones. Stones are formed in the kidney, is known as renal caliculi. Bladder cancer is also common, which is more common in men. Then the kidney cancer also occurs, and due to the epithelial cells of uriniferous tubule. This renal caliculi is more common in males. About 90% are radiopaque, that is gallstones are more common in females, and the diet is given, that is vitamin A deficiency cause this process, that means formation of stone. So some diets should be taken to maintain or to avoid the renal caliculi formation. Bladder cancer also may develop in the blood, this urinary bladder, and due to that various types of the abnormality may occur. Uremia is a case in which the urinary waste is accumulated in the blood because kidney is not properly functioning. That means filtration process is not proper. So in that case the kidney should be treated, and for that hemodialysis is required, and if it is not cured then kidney transplant is required. In hemodialysis process, the urinary wastes are filtered by the artificial kidney outside the body. The hemodialysis assess is there are three primary methods for the assessing blood, that is intravenous catheter or arteriovenous fistula or synthetic graft. Here from the body the blood is taken for the cleaning process by the arterial arteries, then this blood will be pumped through this, and this is the heparin is added to prevent the clotting process. Then through it will move through the dialyzer in which the filtration process occurs. Then the pure blood will be again enter in the body. So in this way the hemodialysis takes place and the blood is become pure. Now this pure blood will move in the body, again the same process will be repeated, and this is known as hemodialysis. And when the this kidney is cured, then it is okay, otherwise the kidney transplant is required, in which donor is required. From the donor the kidney is taken and implanted in the body of the patient. For that various tests are required, and it is also a very tedious process, and this is required for those persons whose kidney is not properly working.